everybody. And I find this hilarious, and I'll tell you why in a second. Angel Reese and Paige Bueckers are teaming up for a Reese's and Oreo collaboration. All right, there they are. There they are. Brave, stunning, and courageously hugging each other.
That moment right there, yes, that one, was the collaboration no one expected. Angel Reese and Paige Bueckers hugging it out for a Reese's and Oreo promotional campaign, and instantly, the internet caught on to something the marketing team clearly overlooked. Today, we're breaking down one of the most tone-deaf yet strangely strategic marketing decisions the WNBA world has ever seen, and the hypocrisy tucked neatly inside it.
Reese's Oreo. The official Instagram page of Reese. Interesting. Okay. Their numbers may be 5, but together this duo's a solid 10. Get ready for a slam dunk matchup coming soon.
On January 15th, 2025, the official Reese's Oreo Instagram account released the collaboration. Their caption read, "Their numbers may be 5, but together this duo is a solid 10. Typical brand language. But here's what sets this one apart. They paired a black athlete with a white LGBTQ athlete to promote a product that literally consists of chocolate on the outside and white cream in the middle. And somehow, not one person in that marketing meeting questioned the obvious implication.
You know what's crazy? Reese's could have literally just hired Caitlin Clark, and y'all have gotten a 2-for-1 deal and about 10 times the amount of reach. But okay, that's neither here nor there. Now, guys, keep in mind, if I suggested Reese's should come up with a Oreo mix based on a black athlete.
Before diving deeper, we need to point out the double standard, because that's where this gets interesting. The same fan groups who spent all of 2024 calling anyone racist for pointing out Angel Reese's shooting inefficiency. The same people who brand every Indiana Fever supporter as problematic. The same crowd that turns any Caitlin Clark topic into a racial debate are cheering for this campaign without even blinking. The word Oreo carries a very specific racial meaning in American culture. It's been used as an insult toward black individuals seen as acting white. Everybody knows this. Yet when a corporation profits from that exact imagery, suddenly, it's brilliant marketing.
They would haul me out, tie me up, and put me in a rocket launcher and launch me straight into space. All right? I'm sure it wouldn't be Elon. They'd have to find some other, probably Bezos. I'd get launched into the sun. I would be labeled every racist allegation that could possibly be thought of. But nah, it's cool.
Or let's put some numbers on the table because they matter. Caitlin Clark pulled 3.2 million viewers for Game 5 of the 2024 WNBA Finals. Her regular season games averaged 1.8 million viewers on major networks. Meanwhile, Angel Reese's Chicago Sky games without Clark averaged 387,000 viewers. Paige Bueckers isn't even in the WNBA yet. So if this campaign was about exposure, Reese's could have partnered with Clark alone and gotten 10 times the visibility, but they didn't. That tells you everything. This wasn't about reach, it was about narrative, optics, and media positioning.
Sheet. I mean, it would be the biggest, fallout, backlash, nuclear backlash since I once called women broads, and all of them got their little feelings hurt. Because none of them grew up in the 70s and 80s when that was like nothing. Crying over that. It was hilarious. I mean, this is wild, you know?
Here's what the comment section looked like only hours after the post. One of the top replies said, "Team up in Dallas, please," referring to the ongoing rumors that Angel Reese could be traded to the Dallas Wings. That speculation started back in December 2024 when Chicago's front office shakeups began. Meanwhile, the Wings can't even fill their 5,000-seat College Park Center, not even when Caitlin Clark is in the building. Their June 12th matchup drew 4,287 fans, leaving more than 600 seats empty with Clark as the main attraction. So the fantasy that a Reese Bueckers duo would suddenly pack that arena is more wishful than realistic.
Here, race baiting in a positive light this time. I mean, honestly, right here, are you not familiar with the term Oreo? Yeah, I mean, I'm just pointing that out. I'm just pointing that out, but it's good. Oh, it's good. Their fans are lapping this up. They're on their knees, lapping this up. Yeah, that I deserve NBA money. The only one. The only one. And of course,
now let's flip the situation. Imagine a white male sportscaster suggesting the exact same pairing. Picture him saying, you know, what would make the perfect Oreo campaign? Put the black player next to the white player. He'd be fired by the end of the day. Outrage articles would flood the internet. Social media would demand apologies. Sponsors would disappear. Yet, when a corporate brand does precisely that, using racial optics as the hook, it's applauded as inclusive marketing. The hypocrisy isn't hidden, it is the strategy.
I wanted to touch on this because I did a video when Elle Duncan left or is leaving or going to Netflix because ESPN told her to get out. She wanted to play double duty and they said, nah, you head your ass on over to Netflix. Malika Andrews is the leading candidate to become ESPN's lead WNBA studio host after the departure of Elle Duncan, sources told Front Office Sports. No deal has been finalized, and a spokesperson for ESPN.
Now, we need to talk about the media angle, because this connects directly to Malika Andrews' headline-making news on January 14th. According to Front Office Sports, Andrews is the top candidate to take over as ESPN's main WNBA studio host after Elle Duncan left for Netflix. Duncan spent the entire 2024 season playing what many fans called the "oh but wait" routine. Every time she mentioned one of Caitlin Clark's historic achievements, she immediately redirected the spotlight to Angel Reese or Aja Wilson. Clark breaks the rookie scoring record. But wait, Reese grabbed this many rebounds. Clark leads all rookies in assists. But wait, Wilson is dominating the MVP race. It became predictable to the point of comedy.
The Athletic first reported that Duncan is poised to leave ESPN to become the face of Netflix sports studio coverage. Duncan also hosts the 6 p.m. Sports Center with Kevin Nagandi and has been the lead anchor of ESPN's women's college basketball coverage, including the Final Four. Andrews is a natural choice for the WNBA role as she's already begun hosting coverage of the league for the ESPN the last year.
Malika Andrews, however, brings a very different style. She already hosts NBA Today and NBA Countdown and handled opening night WNBA coverage in 2024. And here's the key point. There's no record of Andrews using the same dismissive tactics toward Clark that Duncan routinely leaned on. Andrews keeps a professional distance and lets the actual games do the talking. That marks a real shift in how ESPN may cover the WNBA moving forward. Duncan wanted to juggle ESPN and Netflix. ESPN told her to choose. She took the Netflix check. That move became official in early January 2025, and now the reshuffling begins.
She's the lead host of NBA Today and NBA Countdown, the latter of which is scaled back this season as ESPN is licensing Inside the NBA with Charles Barkley, Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, and Shaq. Andrews has resumed her role as NBA sideline reporter for ESPN this season. It was not immediately known what ESPN's plan is for women's college basketball.
Now, returning to the Oreo campaign, because the timing is everything. This campaign dropped right in the middle of the WNBA offseason, exactly when trade, rumors, and player movement are at their peak. The league recently announced a 4-time salary increase for 2025, raising the average salary from roughly $130,000 to over $500,000. Yet players are still complaining about housing. Brianna Stewart posted about accommodation problems in January. Dejanai Carrington echoed the same concerns 2 days later. The disconnect is unbelievable. Players are getting a 38.5% pay raise, and the public conversation is about whether their temporary housing includes granite countertops.
On the lookout for the Paige Bueckers, Angel Reese. Totally racist if you say it and come up with it. Reese's Oreo collaboration, but not racist at all because they came up with it. and they're involved. Ease them out. Till next time.
As we wrap up this explosive story, one thing is absolutely clear. The situation surrounding Caitlin Clark, Team USA, and the reactions from legends like Cheryl Miller is far from over. This isn't just a basketball headline. This isn't just another social media argument. What we're witnessing is a full-blown shift in the culture of women's basketball. A shift that has been building for years, but is now erupting right in front of the world. Caitlin Clark didn't just show up and play basketball. She changed the landscape. She brought in millions of new fans, packed arenas that had been half empty for decades, and forced networks, brands, and even the league itself to rethink everything. And with that level of impact, every decision made about her, especially something as controversial as getting benched, becomes bigger than the game itself. Cheryl Miller saw that. She lived through an era where respect was earned with grit, dominance, and attitude. So when she speaks up today, she's not just talking as a retired legend, she's speaking as someone who understands how pivotal this moment is. She knows greatness when she sees it. And more importantly, she knows when greatness is being mishandled, underestimated, or suppressed. And that's why her words hit so hard, because when a figure like Cheryl Miller calls out Team USA leadership, people listen. When she questions decisions that would bench the most influential player in the sport today, the conversation instantly becomes bigger than one game, one roster, or one coach. It becomes a reflection of how the sport treats its stars, how it responds to generational talent, and how it welcomes or resists change. Make no mistake, this is a crossroads for Team USA and for women's basketball as a whole. Every decision made now will echo for years. It will shape future rosters, future opportunities, and future expectations for every young player watching from home, dreaming about wearing that USA jersey, and fans feel that pressure too. That's why the reactions online have been explosive. Some are furious, some are confused, and others believe this is simply growing pains of a sport undergoing a massive transformation. But one thing no one can deny is this: Caitlin Clark has become the center of one of the biggest debates in the history of women's basketball, and Cheryl Miller stepping into the conversation just made everything even louder. But here's the most important part: this story is still being written. The decisions aren't final. The future isn't locked in. We're watching a chapter unfold that people will look back on years from now, whether it becomes a success story or a cautionary tale. And that's what makes it so compelling. So if you've been locked in from the start, if you've been following every update, if you've been watching the drama, the tension, the reactions, and the rising stakes, you're part of this moment too. You're witnessing a turning point in real time. And trust me, this isn't the end. More voices are going to speak out. More questions are going to be asked. More pressure is going to build. And every time the conversation heats up, we'll be right here breaking it all down, analyzing every detail, and keeping you ahead of the story. So before you go, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on all notifications, because the next chapter is coming fast, and you're not going to want to miss a single second of it. This is bigger than basketball. This is bigger than Team USA. This is a defining moment in the sport. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.